Hello, and welcome to Tea and Tarot. I'm your host, Em. In this podcast, we dive into the world of tarot each week, along with a cup of tea. Some weeks, we dive into readings, others into the cards themselves, and some we explore learning about tarot. This week, we're doing something a bit different and diving into a personal story of mine, how I got into tarot. I'll be telling this story through a reading, but before I draw any cards to tell the story, I want to share what tea I've selected this week. Today, I'm drinking my favorite, which I have spoken about before, a cup of Rooibos. I grew up on Rooibos, and for a long time was the only tea I would drink, making it hard for people to offer me drinks when I often visited others. Rooibos comes from South Africa, the only country that has the plants for this tea. Rooibos is naturally caffeine-free, but is a wonderful, smooth drink, which feels really invigorating, helping me stay focused. I drink so much of the tea, I nearly think it has replaced the water in my body. And today, I'm using this tea that I grew up with to tell my story of tarot. This week, I'm doing a Hidden Truths spread to structure my tarot journey. The Hidden Truths spread is a 3-card spread which offers a structured approach to unraveling the complexities of your day, life, or event. It aims to help highlight the underlying truths. For this reading, I pulled 3 cards in the following positions. 1. Theme of Day, which I will use to share my history and how my tarot journey started. 2. What Lies Beneath. I will use this card to share my journey and what led me to where I am now. And 3. Advice. I will use this card to talk about why I started the tarot activities that I am doing online and where I am at the moment in my journey. Okay, let's dive in. For the theme of how I got into tarot, we have the 6 of Cups. This card often represents nostalgia, childhood memories, and innocence. It's fitting because my journey with tarot began when I was 12 years old. I first came across tarot at a sleepover with my friends, and one of them pulled a tarot deck out. As she introduced us to the cards, I felt an instant connection. That night, the joy of discovery, the innocence of our interactions with the cards, was really my first step into the world of tarot. I was fascinated by how the symbolism in each card could be woven together to shed light on our lives, and spent a lot of time flipping through the companion book which my friend brought with her. I resonated with the explanations, with my readings helping me connect some dots mentally, and helping me understand a few things around me with clarity. Although the evening was just a standard sleepover for us, those cards really did stick around in my mind. And then, a few months later, I saved up enough of my pocket money, went to the local bookshop, spent hours browsing through the different tarot sets with my friend. Honestly, back then, they were all book and card sets with fancy boxes. And some were really expensive. But I finally settled on a simple beginner's deck with a cartoonish imagery. A playful reimagining of the Rider-Waite deck. That was my beginning. Having my own deck let me read more about the cards and to dive into the meanings of the readings I did for myself. This eventually evolved and I kept a notebook, jotting down learnings and writing down my thoughts and everything about the different cards, slowly collecting over the years. It was such an innocent and curious start for me, and quite a young age too. But the journey after that was very secretive and hidden. For my next card, we have the Five of Cups. This card represents loss, regret, and focusing on what's gone rather than what remains. It's a stark contrast to the joyful Six of Cups, but it perfectly explains my teenage years. This card speaks volumes. I struggled to fit in as a teenager, grappling with self-image issues, and my social awkwardness often led to uncomfortable situations. Most of my close friends weren't even in my own school, often leaving me feeling quite isolated during the majority of the week. This was before most social media took a hold of the internet, so I didn't have access to the online connectivity that most friends can have these days. During these challenging times, tarot became my confidant. I'd often draw cards to understand my situations, to gain perspective on my approach to problems. In a way, tarot was a source of comfort and insight that I sometimes overlooked in the face of my struggles. Tarot was always there for me. Although I dabbled in it on and off, I knew my family would never be okay with tarot. So I hid the deck and the books I had on them. It wasn't until I was older and moved out that I started to explore tarot more openly, with a few of my closest friends being let in on my quote-unquote secret. That's when I bought my Shadowscapes deck, the very one that I am still using today. I'd been following the artist online from a young age, watching as she crafted each card and posted it online. The deck marked a turning point for me. I began using tarot more regularly, deepening my understanding of the cards and connecting a little with the online tarot community. My final card of this story is the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of collaboration, skill, and creating something of value. In many decks, it shows artisans working together, each contributing their unique skills to create something greater that they could not do alone. 2023 was a challenging year for me. Amidst numerous changes and unexpected events, I found myself turning to tarot more than ever. It helped me make decisions, understand my situation, and most importantly, it helped me get out of my own head. That's when I realized it was time to build an idea that I had had for years. Universe of Tarot, an online information source and blog for tarot. The Three of Pentacles is telling me that by sharing my tarot journey through my blog, digital journals, Notion templates, and now this podcast, I'm contributing to something larger. I'm not just reading for myself anymore. I'm part of a community, a collective effort to understand and use tarot in meaningful ways. Although I have had the accounts for Universe of Tarot for a long time, this was the first time I finally sat down and dedicated time to them and put together my approach and content. To me, tarot isn't about fortune telling. It's a tool for self-reflection, for understanding, for growth. It's been my quiet support system for nearly 2 decades. I was inspired to leverage my skills and knowledge to build something more and to try connect with the others out there. So, there you have it, my journey with tarot as told through the Hidden Truth spread. From the innocence of the Six of Cups, to the struggles and solace of the Five of Cups, to the collaborative creation of the Three of Pentacles. Tarot has been there through it all, a constant companion guiding me through life's ups and downs. If you're interested in diving deeper into tarot, do check out my blog, Universe of Tarot, or universetarot.wordpress.com. And if you're looking for ways to deepen your own practice, I've got some great Notion templates available on my Ko-fi store. Please visit my link in the bio to learn more. Thank you for joining me on today's episode. If you enjoyed today's discussion, please do subscribe or find me on social media. And if you have any questions you want to learn about tarot, drop me a message and I'll see to add it to a future episode. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, stay curious, stay grounded, and keep learning.